You think you're stuck because you're not ready. You think you're failing because life feels too hard. What if I told you the storm you're fighting right now isn't your enemy? It's your forge. And the fire you're afraid of, it's here to make you unstoppable. The fire that makes us. There's a lie we are told when we are young. A quiet, poisonous lie. Wait for the right moment. We are taught that greatness blooms in perfect weather, under blue skies, in calm hearts, in times of peace. We believe we must be fearless, flawless, fully ready before we begin. And so we wait, and wait, and wait, until one day life teaches us differently. Amara lived at the edge of a tired town, where the walls crumbled faster than they could be mended, and the winds howled like restless ghosts. Inside her chest, she carried a stubborn flame, a dream to paint vast murals across the gray buildings, to pour color back into a colorless world. But every time she reached for her brush, life intervened. Her father's coughing fits, the cracked roof leaking icy rain, the empty cupboards. Not today, she told herself. Maybe when things are better, maybe when I'm stronger. And so days blurred into months. The dream stayed tucked away, growing heavier with every sunrise. She didn't chase it. Then came the night that changed everything. A brutal storm tore through the town, not a gentle rain, but a merciless, wild rage of nature. Windows shattered, streets became rivers, the power snapped off, plunging the town into darkness so complete it felt like being swallowed whole. Amara huddled by the window, heart hammering, watching the chaos unfold. Suddenly, Ushalane across the flooded street, she saw a boy, no more than 10, clinging to a battered guitar. Water swirled around him. Mud soaked his clothes. Tears streamed down his face. Yet even there, in that terrible night, he lifted the guitar, half broken, strings missing, and began to strum. No song you'd recognize, no polished performance, just raw sound, wild, imperfect, aching and alive. Something ancient and unstoppable welled up inside him. He played not because the world was perfect, he played because it wasn't. And in that moment, under the roaring sky, a truth ripped through Amara's chest. This is life. This is how you build beauty, not after the storm. Inside it, not once you are ready, because you are never fully ready. You create not in spite of the chaos, but because of it. Tears blurred her vision. She grabbed her paints, long forgotten, gathering dust, and with trembling hands set up her easel in the near darkness. The storm still raged. Her house still groaned under the weight of the wind. And she began. The brush danced wildly at first, messy, desperate, unsure, but stroke by imperfect stroke, something fierce and luminous was born on that canvas. Not a polished mural, but something true, something real. It was as if the storm outside had broken open the storm inside. And from it poured not ruin, but creation. We grow up admiring J.K. Rowling, who wrote her stories not from a mansion of peace, but from cramped coffee shops while battling despair. We revere James Cameron, not for calm, easy victories, but for bleeding his soul dry under relentless pressure to bring dreams like Titanic into existence. We whisper the name Vincent van Gogh, not because life was kind to him, but because even in his deepest suffering, he chose to paint beauty into a world that often showed him none. They didn't wait for perfect conditions, they created while their world burned. And in doing so, they created forever. The world will keep lying to you. Wait until you're confident. Wait until you have more money, more time, more certainty. Wait until it's easier. Don't. The right moment isn't coming. The perfect day isn't promised. Strength doesn't descend like magic from the skies. It is forged here, in the heat and howl of life. If you feel fear, good. If your hands shake, good. If doubt hisses in your ear, good. It means you are standing at the door, not the door of safety, the door of greatness. Pick up your brush, write your words, sing your song, build your dream. Not tomorrow, not when the chaos fades. Now, inside the chaos, inside the doubt, inside the storm. Use the fire, move forward, create anyway, love anyway, live anyway, because you were never meant to be untouched by the storm. You were meant to become someone who could dance inside it. And one day, the world will look at the masterpiece you built, not in the absence of struggle, but because of it. And they will call it magic. But you will know the truth. It wasn't magic, it was fire. And you walked through it. And you made something eternal.